regional was a special experience for all of us. I mean, it started off right away with some challenges where our bus was late, then it broke down. We had a whole bunch of delays on the trip. So we got to Potsdam. We had to kind of have a short and I would say rushed practice session, and that sort of disrupted our usual preparation. But the Vassar match was pretty key for us because it helped us get some sort of sense of normalcy, I guess, and just kind of remember what volleyball is all about. I think we were a little surprised to earn the bid in the first place, so it was really cool just to be there, and we were happy to take a long bus ride to get to keep playing. Losing in the conference semis that year, we weren't sure we were going to get a bid, and I think that's kind of the benefit of playing in a conference like the NUMAC with so many good teams that it could be a challenge to win the conference, but like multiple teams from the NUMAC will get invited and so on. And we lost Sabrina in the semifinals there against Wellesley, I think it was, and we had to shift Gabby into the middle, and she hadn't played that spot since high school, I think. So, kind of getting that win over Vassar helped us feel like, okay, we can succeed even though we've had to change a little bit.
Especially because we were able to get that at-large bid. We weren't able to win the NUMAC championship that year, and the at-large bid was something that we were honored to get and so excited to have that opportunity to compete on a national level. And getting that at-large bid allowed us to kind of have that underdog mentality that Kristen might have talked about. But we went in there with, there's nothing to lose. We got to put it all on the line and really show everyone that we're meant to be here and that we deserve that at-large bid. And so honestly, the atmosphere was really electric. There was so much energy from both sides. Clarkson had a lot of fans out that day, and we had our little stand of family members who were able to make it all the way up to upstate New York. But there was definitely a lot of people cheering for Clarkson, and we knew we were the underdogs coming in there, especially playing on their home court, knowing their history of being pretty much an undefeated team at home. And so we put everything on the line, and we knew that we were going to have to bring enough energy to kind of combat all of their energy and the fans' energy. But I definitely saw, I think both teams felt the pressure to win, and I think especially more for them. But I think both teams kind of kept their composure, and it was honestly a great game to play with both teams being super, super competitive and performing at like a really high level.
It was definitely a crazy experience. The drive all the way up to Potsdam, we were pretty much in Canada at that point. So the drive up there definitely allowed us to get into the right headspace. We're a team that does really well when we need to perform right away instead of having to think about it too much. So kind of getting there at the very last second for us to practice the night before playing Vassar was stressful, but I think it was also good for us because we knew we had to get ourselves together quick, get onto the court, do what we needed to do to prepare ourselves for the game the next day. And yeah, kind of having that underdog mentality, I also think helped us a lot. And that first win against Vassar only further allowed us to increase our confidence. After that win, we were kind of like, hey, we have nothing to lose. Like, we've made it past the first round. We're about to play the host team who are very good. They're probably very confident, especially in their own gym. So the only thing we have to do is just go in there and try our best and work as hard as we possibly can and try to get a win.
That home court advantage for them, I think, is pretty big. Generally, they were a big team. They were bigger than us. Maybe taller across the front line, and so I think there was some concern from us. Are we going to be able to keep with their hitters? And are we going to be a little too one-dimensional where they'll just block us? So I thought we had to really keep some quality first contact so we could keep our options open and not let them maybe key on one or two hitters. there were two things we had to do differently. I mean, like we succeeded offensively pretty well in that first set for sure. But Clarkson did even better than we did offensively. You know, they hit over 300, and, you know, we needed to, number one, you serve a little tougher. You know, I think when you're playing in these big matches, you know, it's the biggest match of your life for our players, and you know, you're holding the ball, you're getting ready to serve. I think there's this tendency to play it safe, and you don't want to make an error from the service line. But when you've got a team with big hitters like they have, you know, diverse attacking options, they had a really good setter too. You know, it's not a recipe for success to give them easy balls. So, you know, we had to be a little more aggressive with our serves, and I had to let the players know I had their back if they missed a few serves. You know, and then behind our block, we needed sort of a team effort defensively. Every single player had to kind of be bought in on defense, and you know, the defense was going to have to pick up the blockers once in a while if we had to overload, you know, one hitter or another.
Clarkson, number 7,
a great serving strategy, and one that we've kind of used throughout all my years at Babson, of really just serving tough. And the coaches like to use the word clean, which means flat and clean. And that's something we've always used, of really just having a tough serve and trying to get the other team out of system. And so from what I remember, we kind of kept that same strategy throughout the match. And I think that we were able to get that momentum of serving runs by getting them out of system and then being able to run an offense directly after that. And so I think that the whole team was really working together to get that ball back up and get it back to our hitters to run a great offense.
And we try to build a program that loves challenges, and to go be the 4 seed playing against the 1 seed in the host school in their gym with their own fans, and the record and stats that they had, we knew it would be trouble. We knew it would be difficult. But to be close in that match and to be close in that set and to have that serving run that gave us probably the biggest lead of the match showed us that we were capable of controlling the match. So definitely boosted our confidence to have that big service run and to get to that point what was the biggest lead of the match.
think about it now, the night before we played Vassar, we were on the bus with our trainer, Robin, at the time, and she was doing electrostim on my shins while we were in the bus. So we were kind of at that stage, and one of our outside hitters, Shannon Rosine, she was in a boot, literally walking to the game in a boot. But I think the mentality that we had is we were all committed to this team no matter what, and we were all committed, if our body allows us to play, that we were going to work as hard as we possibly could. So we're a really tough team. ETNA, entrepreneurial thought and action. Failing only allows you to learn from those failures and only allows you to succeed in the future. So having those losses in the beginning of the game in the first few sets just kind of allowed us to learn off of those failures that we made and also learn from our body.
Clarkson for 16, Savannah Peters. That's a round number 1.
Both teams, we were honestly very scrappy in that game, and I think Clarkson got a lot of tough balls up, and I think that really motivated our defense as well to kind of set the tone and work a lot harder to get everything up. And from what I remember, we were getting balls from all over the place, and I think that strong defense is what really helped us to have stop their offense from hitting a high percentage and then get our offense rolling as well. We really honestly had a great mentality going into that game. I think we had kind of a all or nothing mentality, which really allowed us as defenders and the offense to put everything on the line to get everything up. And so I think working hard to keep every ball in play was really a key to that game and the reason why that we were so successful in keeping their hitting percentage low.
was kind of our first experience on the big stage. But we treated it kind of just like another game, and that was one of the longest games of our lives. But from the get-go, we were committed to playing every second out as hard as we possibly could. And Coach Neely was really good about calling timeouts when he saw that we were totally out of breath and couldn't jump anymore. So kind of just going along every play, every second, we valued it the same as the last, or sometimes the next even more than the last, to figure out what we needed to do to succeed. So yeah, there were times in that game where Allie, you could see it in the reruns, Allie was bent over, unable to catch her breath. But again, like I said before, as a team, we made a commitment to each other to play as hard as we can and know that there's nothing to lose. Really, we came this far, and although the nerves were definitely in the back of our heads, we didn't really allow that to affect us too much in that game, especially.
being focused and mindful in the moment is something we talk about a lot in our program. And I think we talk about it enough during the season that we don't have to introduce it as new information during a game. And I'll give our team a lot of credit, or that team a lot of credit. They stayed amazingly well focused. And there's still going to be ups and downs, but our emotional roller coaster was more like an emotional train. And after one bad play, we were really quick to pick it back up and forget about it and move on to this play, the one we're about to play right now.
And it's just sheer will to win that our team showed that day. You know, the number of swings that some of our hitters took there. I mean, I think if, you know, our trainers were to come into a practice and see me having our hitters jump that many times and get that many swings in a practice, I'd probably get a lecture about working them too hard. And, you know, it just took so much out of them. That was such the sheer will to win and the grit and determination they showed. I mean, it was definitely a factor the next morning. I think they were totally gassed when we woke up the next day for sure.
makes losing, especially a close game when you were so close. It was within your grasp. And to lose the first set and the third set by 2 points and extra points showed just how close we were. But after that third set, we were definitely looking ahead to the fourth. And we weren't dwelling on the past, and instead we were looking not even to the future, but to the present. And it was a this play mentality. It didn't matter what happened the last set, didn't matter what happened the last point. It was all about what we're about to do on this rally right here.
Substitution, number 20, Kristen Jones.
Offensively, I think it was, more just, staying the course. Anytime you're going to lose, and you look at that match, the 2 sets we lost were just these epic sets. We could easily have won that, I think, in 3 sets, even though it was a complete war. We almost won set 1. We could have won set 3 here. But I think we did have to identify our blocking priorities a little bit better. Their M1, number 10, was a real killer. And if they had a good pass while she was in the front row, we had to make sure we had 2 blockers up on her, even if that meant maybe we got a solo block against the outside hitter or something like that. And the first rotation where she comes into the game, their setter's still back row. So I know we prioritized trying to take the setter out, make the setter play defense in that first rotation so they could limit their ability to get her the ball. Their setter was a good defender, but if she digs, obviously she can't set the middle. So, and then we felt pretty good about our defense by this point in the match, that we could handle kind of their secondary hitters, even if we didn't have a great block up. So we just needed total team defense where everybody's just behind the block playing hard. And you can see that Cat Hunter, being a front row only player, still picking up 8 digs. And, Cassidy, we talked earlier, Cassidy with a diving full extension play on match point. And, just everybody had to be a part of it defensively.
I think it definitely helped our team getting experience on the national level and playing against teams that we don't normally see just in the region that we're in. It allowed us to see what different teams had and play against tough teams and really get experience on the big stage and under pressure. And so I think especially as freshmen, many of us were able to see pretty good playing time that first year, and especially in that Clarkson game, and that allowed us to understand what it took to really win games like that and to win games in the NCAA tournament. And so I think that definitely helped us to win regionals the next year.
our style of play, and we know what our practice gym looks like, and we try to be really gritty, and we try to be playmakers. And we knew going against a team like Clarkson that we weren't going to win that match by being conservative, and we had to be aggressive, and we were really swinging away. And I don't know if they were ready for that. And they definitely didn't know what we were like to actually be on the court with us. But I think that was the aggressive mentality was one of the things that helped us the most. When we really embraced it, it helped us to not be tight because we knew there were going to be errors if you're going to be more aggressive. And luckily for us, we didn't have that many errors, and the aggressive plays were certainly working for us.
That really works off the energy of each other. So anytime one of us has an awesome kill, we kind of use that momentum to continue to push us kind of into the next play or the next step. Volleyball is a huge game of momentum. If the momentum swings to one side, it can be a 5-point run and then the game could be over. So getting those kills was definitely an energy booster for us, I think. And also being in another person's gym another team's gym, and kind of having your support system just be your own team or a few parents that were able to make it up. It's kind of fun to see that dynamic and say, okay, it's our responsibility to hype ourselves up. So there's only an increased level of energy and excitement whenever one of us gets a kill, because we have to say, all right, this is going to be our boost. We can't rely on a crowd necessarily to hype us up. We're just going to work off of each other's energy and again, not be afraid to have big swings and to get big kills, even though those blockers were definitely on the larger sides of what we've seen before.
And fifth set momentum it can be crazy because it's a short game. It's the first of 15, and so you have to show up right away. And to get those big kills late in the fourth set to give us that fourth set win was a nice confidence builder. One thing that was huge for us going into that fifth set, and you talk about momentum, we were the 4 seed playing against the 1 seed. And when you're the 1 seed and you're going to a fifth set against a team you don't really know, you can get tight because you have expectations, you think you're supposed to win. And for us, we were just excited that here we are in this moment playing against a really good team with a chance to beat them. And the way that we lost the first and third sets showed us that we were really close. We lost by 2 in those sets. We were so close. We had 5 game points in the third set. We had 4 game points in the first set. So we had a chance to win that match in 3 instead of going to 5. But to know that we were so close in those 2 set losses, I think gave us a big boost of confidence going into that fifth set.
Even like 2 or 3 years later, we're talking about that game, which is crazy. But that just shows you how much of a turning point that game was for Babson volleyball. Even with the last class that was in that game being seniors now, and we're still talking about it and still talking about the energy, just shows how much of a confidence boost, I guess, that was for the program. Again, we kind of went into that game with nothing to lose mentality, and that kind of showed us like, hey, okay, like we can play with the big dogs in this region, even though we experienced a loss to Wellesley a week or 2 earlier. So and also, like you said, it really shows our resilience, because we could have given up in the 4th or 5th set because we were so tired that we couldn't jump anymore. We could have done that, but we didn't. We chose to fight on. And I think that is a model that Coach Neely and other players kind of work off of for future classes.
I'd like to take the credit with some kind of, sports movie cliche coach speech, but, in reality, you get in these big moments and you kind of just reveals who you are. And frankly, late in that match, a lot of my coaching was just sort of, telling the players, be yourself, trust yourself. And then a lot of, I know you're completely exhausted, but you've got more in you and you've got to give it right now, and you can do more than you're doing. You have more left in the tank, even though you might feel like you've got nothing left. You actually do. And, great players don't step up in those situations. They just they are the person that they are. And we're fortunate that we have some exceptional human beings in our program, and they were determined to get that win. You've got people like Allie and Gabby. They took, probably 120 or so swings just between the two of them. Shannon Rosine was in a boot before the game and then a boot after the game, coming off an ankle injury, and she had 47 attacks. It's crazy. A kid like Abby Beecher, that kid is just an absolute savage. She wants to win everything, and she's got some veteran savvy there, recognizing we were tired, and she actually picked up a card from the referee, untying and retying a shoe, even though it was clearly already tied. She knew our players were gassed, and we needed a few minutes just to kind of catch our breath. So, the ref was on top of that, though, and she picked up a card for that, but it was worth it. Her fire, you can see it in the video, but being on the court with her, it's she's got so much passion out there. It charged up all her teammates, and obviously we have a setter in Lizzie who she's not gonna lose. She's the ultimate competitor, and her confidence definitely helps her teammates believe they can win. It's pretty epic there.
game was so long and so taxing on our bodies. We had never really gone through a weekend where we had played a game the night before and went directly into this game. And so our bodies were definitely being pushed to the maximum in that game, and especially with 5 sets. And so I think on the last point, I think I might have just went directly onto my knees because it was so exhausting. And every player on the court, we were so happy, but also just relieved to have won that game because we had put so much energy and emotion into every single point. To ultimately come out with a win was really kind of the cherry on top, and something that we were so happy because we had worked so hard for every single point and every single set of that match.
It was all about the feeling of winning that final rally, especially. That's the number one thing I look back on. And every time I replay that clip or watch a replay of that final rally and Cassidy's amazing save and Gabby's crazy kill and the celebration after, I think that feeling and rewatching that play and